Hey guys, so it is Vlogmas day 19 and it is also the 7th day of Christmas. So, without further ado, on the 7th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Oh my gosh, we're almost halfway. No, we're over halfway. You're good. 12 days of Christmas. It's nuts. Huh. Where did this time go already? I'm over halfway through my month. It's nuts. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the crazes I had when I was younger. Of my friends, they were usually into Pokemon, or they were into like certain type of bands, or they were into certain movie actors, or they were just boy crazy in general. Usually everybody was crazy about something, especially in like elementary, junior high. And for me, I wasn't really obsessed. Well, I've never been really obsessive about really anything, but there was one thing that I absolutely loved, without a doubt, or rather person that I loved more than anything. Like some of my friends loved, certain type of bands, or they loved certain kind of characters in TV shows. Me, I was more of an actor or actress fan. Anything else, I would be like, oh, this actress or actor is amazing. And like I would be kind of obsessed about that actor. And one of the actors that I absolutely loved growing up was Hilary Duff. Now, I don't know how many of you love, hate her, think she's the former Miss Hannah Montana or whatever. Hannah Montana, replaced Lizzie McGuire. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you about all the different kinds of stuff I had growing up, or all the things I loved that she did as I was growing up, because now she's married, and now she has a son, which is absolutely amazing. I really haven't followed her a lot since like high school, or very much, other than the fact that she got married and she has a baby. So that's great for her, and I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm part of her still, or like she's part of me, because I grew up with her. She was pretty much my idol when I was younger. So for me, she was very much a role model, and her words and her lyrics in her songs were always there for me, and her movies were always there for me, and everything else is like that when I was growing up, going through hard times, great times, whatever times. And I absolutely loved and still love almost everything that she does. And so yeah, I really enjoy anything she does. A lot of her material has always been great, has always been not the norm. She hasn't been one to, go off into jail, hasn't been off on drunken parties, hasn't been the one to go get, put in jail or whatever, like a lot of other actresses, not mentioning any. Lindsay Lohan. So I thought I would share with you guys some of the stuff that I actually do have of her still to this day. I don't know if you can see that. So this is the Hilary Duff All Access Pass. When I bought the Metamorphosis CD a long time ago, which was basically her first CD when she branched off Lizzie McGuire, it was really the first big thing. Was like, oh my gosh, she has her own CD. And I had bought all of the CDs, including the Lizzie McGuire soundtrack, or Lizzie McGuire movie soundtrack. And I owned every single thing that she's ever produced, everything she's ever owned almost, with music-wise. So I owned all of her CDs. There was probably about 6 or 7 CDs that I owned. And tragic story, I let one of my friends borrow them when I was like in junior high, and her sister didn't like me very much, or didn't like Hilary Duff or something, and so she scratched all of my Hilary Duff CDs. One of the worst nights of my life. It was horrible. So this is still one of the things I have. It's actually a DVD, so you can actually watch like backstage stuff. And yeah, so like the music video for Metamorphosis and Why Not, and all those original ones from way back when she was like 15 or something. So yeah, she's not that much older than me too, which I also still love. She's only like a few years older than me, I think. So it's great to have like a role model that's close to your age. I also have a lot of movies, as you can tell, that have her in it. I'm actually missing a few movies because they are back at my school, because I left them there because I didn't know I would be watching or making a video like this. So, but I still have like 6 movies here. I think I'm missing like The Perfect Man and I think Cody Banks or one other one. A few, I'm missing a few. But because she's been in so many movies. But other ones I do have, here are them. First off is A Cinderella Story. You may remember there is like 4 or 5 of these now that are all offshoots of this one, where it's the modern girl and there's an old time story put to it. So it's absolutely great. One of my favorite movies ever, and it has Chad Michael Murray in it. Who didn't love Chad Michael Murray when this movie came out? Everybody did. Duh. So that was a great movie. She is absolutely amazing in this one. If you haven't seen this one, look at it, watch it. It'll make you laugh, I think. But yeah, it's a great, obviously it's a love story, but still it's Cinderella. Who doesn't love Cinderella? It's a classic tale put into modern times. Another one of the early ones that she did was Raise Your Voice. And this one was absolutely great. Has a lot of singing, which I absolutely love, and a lot of clothes, and her hair was really bright in this movie. I don't know why. But I don't know. This movie was really kind of her breaking out movie, I guess. It's one that where she started in it, but it wasn't exactly like of the norm for her. So it was really great, and a lot of music in it, and I absolutely love it, and it has a lot of great actors in it, and that really cute kid. I always forget what his name is. I think it's not Oliver, but it's something else. Oh, Oliver James. That kid. Love that kid, and he's English. Can't go wrong with these English boys. Yeah, really great movie. Another one I recommend always seeing and singing. Lizzie McGuire movie. So, as many of you guys probably know, she started out in Lizzie McGuire's show. Well, actually, she started out with Casper Meets Wendy. Way back when she was like, I think 10. She played Little Wendy, the little witch, and that was pretty much her first big movie, which she was absolutely great in. But another one she did was Lizzie McGuire. So this is the Lizzie McGuire movie. Another great movie. A place I would love to go. They go to Rome. I really badly want to go to Rome. Really, really bad. Both the Cheaper by the Dozens, 1 and 2. She's not as big of a character in these ones, but they're still good movies. And she plays like the fashionista, which obviously she already is a fashionista because she's wearing such great clothing. This one, according to Greta, was actually an interesting movie. I bought it without ever seeing it because I was like, oh, it's Hilary Duff, it must be good. And it's actually a very, very interesting one. If you haven't seen it, don't listen to me for the next, I don't know how many minutes, or go skip to this time right here. But quick review of this if you haven't seen it or never heard of it. Greta is a teenage girl who has very, very suicidal thoughts, and she has this book of like 1 billion ways you can die or commit suicide, really. And she's convinced that by the time she's 18, or before she turns 18, she's going to kill herself. So it's really, really sad. But it's actually a pretty good movie because then she learns a lot about herself, and she falls in love in the process, but then a lot of things happen in between. But it eventually turns out alright, and she turns out not as suicidal as in the beginning. But it's a really, really good movie. Or not really, really good compared to other movies. But it's a good movie still because it's great acting, and it's very different from any of the parts I've ever seen her in. So there's that. Another one I'm missing that I don't have in my possession, is The Perfect Man. One that I saw recently was Beauty in the Briefcase. It's kind of funny because it's like Beauty and the Beast, but Beauty in the Briefcase. Get it? Anybody? Okay, no. Another movie that I'm sure a lot of people my age probably have seen when they're like 12 was Agent Cody Banks, with Freddie Muniz and Hilary Duff. And obviously Frankie Muniz is the main character, but Hilary Duff was his love interest. So that was always great, and I loved the chemistry that they had between them, even though they were probably like 15 at the time or so. So that was always funny. Another Disney film that Hilary also was in was Cadet Kelly. If you guys know anything about that, then you obviously know what it's about. Material Girls was another great one that came out in 2006. It actually had both of the Duff girls, Hilary Duff and Hilary Duff, were both starring in it. It's a really, really great movie. I love these movies a lot, and they're absolutely great. And yeah, you should check them out and all that. I didn't have as much stuff as I thought I would to talk about. I used to have a lot more Hilary Duff stuff, like actual stuff. And like I had magazines that were full of her stuff. I had a whole, like one of those little tiny books you got like at a book fair, and I had a whole bunch of her facts and different sort of things you would want to know about Hilary Duff and her life. And I think I lost it in like the move around from house to house as I've been moving that, or to college or whatever, or garage sale or whatever. One of the most memorable things for me, other than her being a great role model, was when I was in my sophomore year of high school. My grandpa surprised me and my mom, because my mom also liked Hilary Duff, but not as much as me obviously, but he surprised me with Hilary Duff tickets to one of her concerts at our state fair. And that for me was one of the greatest things ever, because it was like the perfect shot from the stage, and I could just see her. It was like I had the actual, like, I could actually see her, like the physical her, and it wasn't like just on TV or on a movie or whatever. It was actually her, and that probably was one of the most like greatest times ever of anything, of my craze for Hilary Duff. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me talk about my craziness with Hilary Duff and my kind of obsession I had when I was younger. Obviously it's somebody that I really enjoyed and really admired, and I just thought I might share it with you, because I don't know, just thought so. Having somebody that you admire, whether it's, you know, family members like your brother, your sister, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, whoever that may be, or actors, actresses, singers, bands in general, public figures, whoever that may be, those people really, really stick with you, especially when you grow up, because it's like that's somebody that I look up to. That's somebody I hope to be like, or somewhat be like when I'm older. And still to this day, I still see Hilary Duff as a role model. She's really one that taught me doing something that's potentially illegal or harmful to me or whatever it may be is not really worth it. And really being true to me and who I want to be, and who, like, seeing a future of where I want to be when I'm older, or where I want to go, and having that plan really is really what she has taught me over the years. Is really, I need to be in control of my life. I can do what I want, but also don't be so crazy that it will interfere with my life, or that it could ruin my life later on. So I don't know, there's always things that we do in our lives that are crazy. Some are good, some are extreme, some are not so bad, some are whatever. But I know there's always things in my life that I'll be doing wrong, or I'll be doing like on. But I know I can always rise above it. And I know that just like Hilary Duff, I can get past everybody else that's ever done anything like extremely bad, or anybody that's ever done anything just bad in general, that I can rise above that. I can not do what everybody else is doing, and I can be my own person, and I can strive for whatever I want. So yeah, I kind of went on a rant maybe a little bit, but I don't know. It's who I am, really. So yeah. If there's anybody that you really admire or admired when you were growing up that maybe is still a part of you, or somebody that you admire now that is a part of you, put it down in the comments. I always love hearing your guys' stories or whatever. I always love reading the comments. So yeah, so let me know, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with day 20, and I will actually be at my grandma's tomorrow, so you'll be able to see my grandma. So yeah, bye.